Okay, as far as tools, need a pick. Makes things a lot easier. A putty knife, or you can get a plastic pry bar set at Harbor Freight. That's where I got the pick when it was on sale. You're going to need a 10 millimeter socket, an extension, and I'm using a power driver or an impact driver just because makes it a lot easier, a lot faster, and a light of some sort. This is a cordless light. So let's get going. So the first thing you want to do is take out the upper air conditioning vent. There is a small connector there. Unhook that. Take off the side panels. There is a bolt in there somewhere. If I can get the... Yeah, there it is. And same thing other side. Unhook those. And up top, underneath the air conditioning, there are two bolts. That one and that one. And then this just slide off. But before you do that, you want to crank up the car, put it in neutral, make sure the parking brake is set, and then turn off the engine. This will allow you to pull it out really easier. So here's the unit out of the car with the brand new LCD, and this is the correct connector for the 2007 ES350, not the smaller 4-pin. And there's the part I'm returning. So there are a number of bolts in order to remove the different pieces, but unfortunately the way this is designed, the cage around the LCD is actually screwed into the plastic. So you have to remove everything on the back to get to the LCD. So let me get started on that. First, we want to remove the structural support here, this frame, all these screws, and you'll see that it's 2 hex head bolts, round head, and the hex head. This right here is the radio. I'm going to go ahead and move it. It actually is just snapped in with some plastic, what do you call them, the protection, like this. They just kind of snap in. If you don't, when you're moving this around, the entire thing flexes and you can hear the front plastic creaking, and I really don't want to break that and have to buy a new one. So I'm going to take these guys off on both sides, keep the bolts, and try to be organized with your screws and bolts with the different pieces. Makes assembly a lot easier. So you're also going to need some precision screwdrivers. Got some Wihias and got a few others around here. So let's get started. So this is what it looks like when it's all torn down. Oh, jeez. And so here's the LED assembly with the frame. So I gotta finish taking this off, but I don't know if you can tell. I'll see if I can find it. So what they do at the factory when they built these, they started with the, looks like they start with the plastic base plate, and then they just start screwing things down and then building it up. So in order to get to the LCD, you basically have to take everything apart in order to get to it. And that's what my wife did to the LCD. She's kind of hard on stuff that annoys her. I should know. I annoy her. She's hard on me sometimes. Anyway, gonna pop the new one in and then start putting everything back together. You can see there's a ton of different size screws. It seemed like the interns who designed this at the Toyota plant basically decided, hey, I think it'd be fun if we used every single size screw head and thread pitch we could possibly use. Wouldn't that be fun? And they say, yeah, let's do it. And then, yeah. So try to keep the screws together. Try to figure out. Take lots of pictures when you're taking it down. It will help you when you start to assemble it to figure out where stuff goes. That is the best piece of advice I can probably give you at this point. If you're watching this video and you've already started the process, well, good luck. It took me a little while to figure out how it went back together the first time. This time it's not too bad. I'm just basically hitting it. One of the things that I'm doing that I should not be doing, because I do service a lot of electronic equipment, is I'm using this impact driver with a Phillips bit, which you shouldn't do. And a couple of the screws got walled out. So I'm either going to replace them or figure out what I'm going to do with that. So a good set of screwdrivers, you're going to need normal, and you're also going to need a Phillips and maybe a flathead precision, because there's a lot of flexi cables in here. Some of them are hinge type, some of them are friction fit, so you just have to be very careful. A magnifying glass is going to help immensely, or jeweler's loop. And unfortunately, I would have used my inspection scope, what I use for micro soldering, but it got damaged beyond repair, and so I'm having to buy a new one. So anyway, I will replace it and start carefully putting it back together. You'll want to be really careful when you're putting these flex cables back on. You want to take extra care and make sure. This is the reason why the LCD was blank in my earlier part of my video, was because it's actually canted. And I knew that, but I was just in a hurry to get it back together to put it in the car because my wife was getting agitated. And as you can see from this, she doesn't like being agitated. Hulk, get mad. Hulk, smash. So anyway, I'm going to replace it, put it together. I'll throw it in the car, and then we'll see if it actually works, and then I'll make it pretty. All right, talk to you later. And it's in, assembled. Let's see if it works. Oh, gotta press the. What is that? Dun, dun, dun. All right, I think it's working. Still got a few things to finish up. Got to bolt it in, but I think we're good.